Shalom. So first and foremost, I do want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashem El Shah, Bashem Kakadash, the one of the apostles, and also great millstone for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the Hope Collective Islam. Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Hanifal in Hebrew, Bashem is the name, and Yahweh Shah is the name of the Begotten Son. Back on our lesson, and today you're going to go into this dream/vision that this kid had dealing with the M.O.T.B, which is the RFID C-hip, a physical mark, which is coming very, very soon. And as you also get in the scriptures, in these last days, the Lord will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. That's why you especially see these heathen nations, having these, dreams in the night of the coming destruction. And as we're about to see right here, dealing with the M.O.T.B. These are the times that we are coming into, what these devils plan to mandate and push. As you already see the infrastructure, the foundation being laid out right before your very eyes. These different apps that they're implementing and pushing out, dealing with Amazon One, where you're able to pay with the palm of your hand, and many other similar things that you also see in more updates dealing with the Neuralink. So I do want to play this real quick just to get out the way. You also have many other brothers, speaking on this video right here. And after I get this right here, I'm gonna get a couple scriptures, and that'll be that. So let's jump right into it.
Showing me. I see their right hands with a chip inside. I could see it, but it was inside their hands.
And as you get in the scriptures in Revelation 13:16, which is one of the main scriptures that you should know by now already, goes into how he called all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, and also goes into or in their foreheads. Right, there you go.
So when they want to buy it,
so there's no coincidence that you have, hundreds of people, having these, types of dreams. It's not a coincidence, And ultimately, this is the Lord's doing. As you get in Acts, the 2nd chapter, Joel, the 2nd chapter, the Lord's literally pouring out his spirit upon all flesh. That's why you have these people receiving these dreams, slash visions, more than of the coming times.
there was a square, and then they put their hand like this, and then it had teeth.
And more than just goes to show the times that we are in, and we're in the end of this place.
And then you would buy the stuff. It will also say how much you have in your bank, how much you have left in your bank, and how much you spend for this day in this store, and a lot of details. And then I find that there will be no more like phones, like iPad, computer, like gadgets. And there would just be a chip in your hand, and then whenever you want, you just summon a blue screen to pop out on your hand with nothing to support it, and then you can just type do whatever you want you want to do with the gadgets. And then I fast forward in time again to a time where they were burning Bibles, and then God just helped me to remember this verse.
And hey, there you go. These are times that we are coming into what these devils plan to mandate and push out. At the bottom in the beginning of the lesson, you see the infrastructure, you see the foundation being laid out. So you see the many steps, the many moves that they are making in order to usher and bring about this beast system, which is going to be ran through that charagma, that RFID C-hip. So let's dive into scriptures. To kick it off is the Acts, the 2nd chapter, 17th verse. Which is one of the main points. Now it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days," showing you we're nearing the end of this place, man. Once there's no coincidence that you see people receiving these types of dreams of the coming destruction, man. Now, as we saw in that video right there, dealing with the M.O.T.B. "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh." You're seeing prophecy unfolding right before your very eyes. One more time from the top. "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh." In what sense? But you also see these heathen nations, having those types of dreams. Now it says, "And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams." So once again, going to show the times that we are coming into, because this is approaching very, very fast. As you also seen more updates dealing with the Neuralink, all the promises that this devil is making, that people that are once paralyzed will now be able to somewhat walk again. People that are blind will be able to see. So you're gonna have many people be deceived into taking this thing, man. these miracles that they're performing on the left hand side through their technology. People are gonna fall right in line. Especially, you already see how Jake is when it comes to new technology. Jake always wants to be the first one in line to hop on the next big thing. Because you already see more steps being taken towards that route. As you see with not the Amazon, the Apple Vision Pro, where you're able to pretty much see a bunch of screens in front of you and how you're able to touch them with your hand. Very soon you're not going to be able to need a headset anymore. As you see with the Neuralink, which is the mark in the forehead. Joel 2 and 28, and they show you examples of the things that they're trying to do, and the show Black Mirror and all that. But Joel 2 and 28 also answers that point, but it Acts the 2nd chapter, and that says, "And shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions." Now, this is Revelation 13:16-17, which is pretty much describing what this kid saw. Because it's no coincidence that you see him explaining that it's in your right hand and all that. That you're able to just pay. Let's get this point right here.
So when they want to buy it, there was a square, and then they put their hand like this.
Hey, there you go. I also see with the Amazon One, where you're able to pay with the palm of your hand. So you see the many examples that are pretty much right in front of you of what's to come.
And then it had teeth, and then you would buy the stuff. It will also say.
And very soon, if you're without that carotid, without that C-hip, you won't be able to live a so-called normal life. And I believe I made a lesson a while back, going to what the WF said, that if you don't take the CBDCs under your skin, or something to the effect, you won't be able to participate in society. Those are the times that we are coming into. And once again, what these devils are planning to implement and push out. But you still have Jake feigning ignorance, thinking that it's not the RFID C-hip, especially those these others like camps, man, that are just pushing and promoting confusion. Pushing that the mark is spiritual and all this wickedness, ultimately setting all of our people for failure, for death, man. They have a lot of blood on their hands. But it's the only main point in Revelation 13:16 that says, "And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands." Why it's important to look into the etymology of words so that you know what these scriptures are especially talking about. Because when you go into the word mark in the Greek, it goes into the word charagma, which then goes into the word etch, scratch, showing you it's a physical mark. Now, this is to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. As you've seen with the Neuralink, as well as many other similar companies that are pretty much following in suit. People are already taking, for lack of better words, prototypes. I don't know if prototypes is the correct word, but people are taking similar things to that of the Neuralink already. People are now able to move a cursor, with their mind, their brain waves. People in a lesson going into that, where this dude was pretty much paralyzed from the waist down. And he took something similar to that of the Neuralink, and he was able to move the cursor on his laptop with his brain. So, I mean, come on. Verse 17. "And that no man might buy or sell." And what's in very soon, you won't be able to buy nor sell without it. And especially where our faith is going to be tried and where we're going to be tested, where you will have many Israelites cracking under that pressure and giving in. "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name." And also, how are you going to buy and sell with a spiritual mark? Make it make sense. Now, let's get another scriptures. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1, to go into the unrighteous decrees, these draconian-like laws. As they woe unto them to decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. See what the NLT has to say. Now it says, "What sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws." So you're going to see the mandates that the devils are going to push out, these harsh restrictions that are pretty much going to force your hand. But this is where we're going to be tried. This is where we're going to be tried and where we're going to be tested. But you're going to have these devils holding checkpoints, curfews, and doing all these different things, especially to go to your job. You're going to need to have the M.O.T.B, because everything is going to be ran through that mark. And just like how you have a universal remote, it pretty much goes to everything in your house. That's what this M.O.T.B is going to be. All your information, your money, everything about you is going to be on that thing. Like Revelation chapter 2, verse 10, to go into that persecution that we will face for not bowing down to this beast system and for standing stiffly and boldly for the Lord. Now it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast you to prison, that ye may be tried. You're going to have these devils trying to, throw us into these jails, these prisons, these FEMA camps, whatever the case may be. But that's why I brought up that point. You're going to have many Israelites that are going to be cracking under that pressure. And you saw a prelude of what's to come when you saw back in the year 2020. With the lockdowns and with the juice being pushed out. And you get a lot of these Israelites that weren't willing to lose their job. Because you saw those restrictions, the curfews, and the checkpoints that they had, where you needed to have this juice, especially to travel, to go on planes and all that, to go to your jobs. And you had many of these Jakes, many of these Israelites that weren't, willing to lose their job for this thing, man. While you had many other brothers that were willing and were ready, to not take this thing, man. Whatever the consequences may be. So if you had Israelites, crack under the pressure then, imagine coming to these last days, man. Because going back to the juice, the restrictions and mandates that they pretty much had in place, look how many Israelites fell then. That wavered in the faith. So you best believe a lot of these guys are going to end up doing the same thing. So I want to just an example of what's to come. Now it says that you may be tried and shall have tribulation 10 days, going a certain period of time. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And there's Revelation 3 and 10. And I said, because I was kept with my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is ultimately going to be when the M.O.T.B is presented in front of us. Hey, watch this. Because I was kept with my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation. The Lord's going to keep us from that, man. He's going to give us the strength and the spirit that we need to deny it. Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So you pretty much going to have everybody be faced with this, man. You're going to be faced with a choice. And only one of them is correct. Because you're going to have, once again, many Israelites that's going to take the so-called easy way out. Because you're going to have this devil doing some, heinous acts, wicked things in order to try to, make us waver, to try to make us give in. But we got to remain faithful. We got to endure. As you said right here, the Lord's going to keep us, man. Now let's get these last three scriptures and, get ready to close this thing out. Now it's Habakkuk 2 and 3. Now it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. We are in those appointed times. What is the vision speaking of? The prophecies. We're nearing the end of this place, man. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the angel shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely come. It will not tarry, meaning it will not delay. These things will happen and it will come to pass, whether you believe it or not. Now, 2 Ezra 9 1 through 4 also answered that point. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How do we measure times that we're in? By the way, these signs and these prophecies. And as you get throughout many scriptures, Matthew 24, Luke 21, 2 Ezra, and also the Revelation 13, 16, these are the things that would take place before our Lord Yahushua would return. Prophecy needs to be fulfilled. And when thou see prophesying past which is told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is very time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, which will be by the way of our Lord Yahushua. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which you are also seeing, riots, protests, earthquakes in diverse places. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days before thee, even from the beginning. And as we got in those For scriptures in Acts 2 and Joel 2 had the Lord's poured out His Spirit upon all flesh. Now this is also an end time prophecy, man. This is Romans 13:11. So this is no joke and no coincidence that you see many people coming out and having testimonies, of the dreams that they had, of the coming times, the destruction. And that's what we're going to now deal with the M.O.T.B, which is nothing to scoff at. Which once you have all these like camps that are, promoting and pushing confusion, man, leading our people astray. And I know the time that it's high time to wake out of sleep, for now there's salvation nearer than we believe. We're almost out of here. We're almost home. So that's really it on that right there. I just want to make a quick lesson going to that video where you had that young kid, pretty much have a dream regarding the M.O.T.B and pretty much was, pretty much on. And it was pretty much on point. Dealing with the right hand and him, paying and buying for things with just the wave of your hand. So it is clear what the M.O.T.B is, and those that want to continue to, be ignorant and not face the truth, that's gonna be on you. So that's that right there. Lord's lesson was edifying. It's like it was kind of grim on certain points. But I do close out and give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh M.O.T.B the apostles, and great millstone for teaching us His truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom. See you next one. Lord's will.